So tell me about the time, like, the town you lived in got the new Starbucks, and they've had like a Starbucks forever, but they got the new one. Tell me about that time. Hey, what's up, you guys? I am taking a break. I've got a full load of laundry in the washer. I have a load in the dryer. I've got a load of dishes in the dishwasher. And I'm giving myself a little vlogging break. This is me driving right now, so forgive me if you don't have my full undivided like eye contact on the camera. We are driving on this little road. It's kind of cold. It's winter. It's the dead of winter. I can't even say anything besides that. And this reminds me, this little like drive I'm taking, when I turned down this one road, I'll show you up here in a minute, it straight up felt like I was on a road somewhere in Michigan. Yes, Michigan, way BFE, somewhere cold. And like, the reason it reminded me of Michigan was because it had these little like bushes on the side of the road, and when I see bushes like that, I automatically think of what? Yes, blueberry fields and all that. So where we are at the moment currently is a little bit up the road from the Starbucks, and I don't want to elaborate for too long, but I am going to mention how long it took me to find this route. It's in one direction from where I live. There's like a state highway freeway sort of thing, and it took me like almost a year to find that. And then the reason this little area where that Starbucks is at, you know where they build Starbucks, there's shopping, there's food, it's a good place to put Starbucks. So I found that shopping plaza, and then lo and behold, a little while later, a Starbucks popped up. I like it over here because it's the closest like commute straight shot Walmart from my house. But that's all behind me. We're headed towards this other direction, and what I thought would be really unique would be to tell a story about how the Starbucks was built in your town, and it's just like hooping and hollering. Everybody's got to make their way to the new Starbucks, and it's Saturday, and I feel like it's a interesting route that I'm taking. It's new to me. It's been here for a long time, but it's still new to me. And there's this house. Where are we at now? This is a business. Couldn't catch the name of it, but it's a really unique building, modern on the outside. It maybe is like a landscaping thing. I don't know. So there's the Walmart. There's what is the thing called? O'Reilly's Auto Parts down this road that I didn't know was there. There's that building that would just be cool to pose in front of and take pictures. And then, of course, you drive down the road a little bit further, like there's it's a cool 2-lane road, straight shot from, I don't know how to describe it. It's just a cool 2-lane road. It's like Avondale-Haslet is what this road is called. I hadn't discovered this road before. Like, I've probably been down this road like 5 or 6 times, and I've lived in this area forever. The one spot I did notice that would be neat to go grab some coffee and come and visit would be the Fellowship of the Parks North Campus. Another place I had no idea. Far north. We have to keep this specific to the area. And here we are again, down the road where it looks like blueberry bushes, just past the Fellowship of the Parks, going eastbound, I believe, on this road. Let's see what yes, straight eastbound. That's what my car navigation direction thing says. These blueberry fields, I call them blueberry fields, but they're really just those things, those shrubs and stuff on the side of the road to keep the soil from flying away, I guess. It's like a soil erosion thing. And there's a ditch on the side of the road, and this road is newly, I don't want to say it brand new, but it has fresh pavement. There's no cracks in it, and it's a little windy road. I don't know what the speed limit is on this road. We're gonna say it's probably right here where I'm at, around 35 to 45, because you got that turn in the road, and there's ditches, and it's just a 2-lane road, one way in one direction, one way in the other. But I'm so happy that I found a new route to this new Starbucks in the town, and I found the new to me Fellowship of the Parks Church campus. And then you get to drive down this road, and of course, next to there's other stuff besides the Starbucks up there, but we're focusing on the Starbucks. You drive down this road a little bit further, and then there's railroad tracks, of course. I like to call myself an avid bicyclist. You drive down this road a little bit further, and what do you see? Holy crap, a big ass semi. No, excuse me. There's this park that is up the road from my house, another park, actual Metro Park, and it has the coolest basketball court that has just keeping in theme with the country setting we're in right now. It has a roof over it, and it's all in, it's not all enclosed, but it's just a cool basketball court, cement pavement or whatever it's called. It's not it's perfect for where it's at. It's got a roof over it, so it would be shaded in the sun, and if it was raining or whatever, you'd still be able to get out there and play some basketball. And what I found also near that basketball court, there's a little bike trail. I just discovered that a few weeks ago. There's a bike trail. It's not the longest bike trail, but it's a trail that is what do you call it? You can bicycle on it, and if you have your running stroller out, you want to go take a run, it's paved for that. It's also wide enough that if you're trying to get back on your inline skates, that would be an awesome place to do inline skating. So there's there's just pretty nice opportunity and a little stretch of whatever it's called, sidewalk that's kind of at a park that's not in the middle of the the street and stuff. You're leaving the neighborhood a little bit, and you're getting into just straight park area for biking and rollerblading or stroller walking or whatever you like to do, pulling your wagon. There's that awesome paved little roadway, paved sidewalk from the park, and it kind of goes from the park. There's a nice bridge built, and it goes next to a school, and of course the road is called Schoolhouse. So there's a school on the side of the road that the trail passes by, much, but it's still something to go do. And you're not in your car and driving around aimlessly like I'm doing right now. What was the other? Let's get to a stopping point. The Starbucks. So we're gonna take a trip from one Starbucks to the other Starbucks. We're big fans of when the new Starbucks pop up in town, and you know, it's just fun. I remember when I was in Florida, there was this plaza that had been built, but it hadn't been really how do you call it? It hadn't been occupied. So like they had the space and they put up some like not mall buildings, you know, like strip mall business storefronts, and they weren't occupied, and then they put a Starbucks in, and then they put a nice brand new car wash in, and it was just like amazing. Like all you want to do is go get a cup of coffee. It's like get a cup of coffee and go to the gas station, not the gas station, but the car wash right next to it. Amazing. I don't know who these masterminds are that develop commercial property and they look at these areas. They're like, you know what? They need a Starbucks and a car wash over there. It just blows my mind. And that's exactly what it is. It brings people in. Like, I need to go to a Starbucks and I need to go to a car wash. Just becomes part of your routine. So now we're on this stretch of road. Remember I was telling you about the park that I spent a lot of time talking about, and it has the paths and the trails and stuff. There's this other stretch of road that's kind of easy to get to from there, and it takes you to this other end of this takes you to the highway. It's like a main highway 35. I don't know if you paid attention to any news in the last several days. We had some major a major upset on this highway a little bit further. What direction? So I'm north of where that I'm miles north of where that happened on this section of the highway, but it's still, you know, a major ordeal that happened in our metroplex, and it's sad that it's still under investigation, and people are still mourning loss of people, and you know, there's lots of stuff. It's not a cold case right now. So our thoughts and prayers are still with those individuals that were part of that giant wreck, and the people that have just, you know, still have to commute and pass through that and every day, and it's a shock. It's like tragedy on top of tragedy that happened with that happening. So right now I'm not on that highway. I'm on it's like a feeder road sort of thing, and this stretch of highway, remember we're scouting the new Starbucks. So if I were to take that road instead of making this right, I made a left. I made a left off that road, and I'm going towards the Texas Motor Speedway. And that's another huge development, like shopping mall area. It's fun. I've been around that like a couple times. I don't do a lot of shopping up here, but the one place that draws me in for this shopping outlet is the candle store. Yes, this shopping up here, that's where the freaking Bath and Body Works is at. There's one in another direction, but it's a little bit further. It's not further away, it's just in another direction, and it's not drive stop up here is there's a Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's is a big deal here. Buc-ee's is like the Walmart of gas stations, some describe it as. And I don't think I've stopped for gas here, but they have like everything. So I can't like pronounce my loyalty and faith to like places that I'm familiar with, like Wawa and these other, you can't like talk about that because these people are fans of their Buc-ee's, okay? Like, don't bring up your love for Wawa and your love for what's the other one? I'm a fan and familiar with Racetrack and Wawa, and these people are like, I need my 7-Eleven and my freaking Buc-ee's. So what do? But it is nice to be able to, I don't know, it's a huge thing here. Like, there's logo shirts, there's like, this place is huge. I'm driving by it right now, and it covers at least, like, the real estate on this place is like the size of a freaking, at the front, I'm thinking of like a building like Lowe's or like Home Depot. Like, you know how you drive by a Lowe's or a Home Depot, like the lot that it's in, the building, that's how like expansive this place is. It's a truck stop. So I mean, you know how truck stops are kind of built differently, and they have larger, they have stuff available to them, which just made me think of this other place here that is really popular. I don't drive out of my way to come to this Buc-ee's, but it's popular, and it's like where people go, and it's like a destination tourist spot. But the other place that I'm kind of familiar with and I'm kind of a fan of is this other truck stop called Fuel City. Now these are freaking neat, man. They're like, how do you describe a Fuel City? I don't know. It's a truck stop, and there's food. Like, there's food at Buc-ee's too. I'm just not as familiar with Buc-ee's. I'm a little bit more familiar with Fuel City. There's one kind of close to my house. They have a huge, like, places where you fill up, and they have the truck thing behind there, where the trucks, I don't know what they do. Like the recharging stations, that's what they look like, the things where the trucks come in and whatever they're called, and of course like the thing where they get weighed at. But the inside of the store is just, it's different. It's a gas station, but it's like, I don't know, from the outside you're just like, oh, cool, it's another gas station. But you drive in it, and you drive into the things, and it's a cool spot, because they have a giant car wash. It's a local thing, I guess. They have more than one location. I don't know why. For some reason, I thought this one that I visited that was near where I live is the only one. No, there was like another one, and I had a car wash sticker for this place, and they have lots of locations in this area, but it's not like it's not a brand that I was familiar with before I got here, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. And they're nice. What else? Let's see, I was talking about Fuel City, and I'm headed toward, where was I talking about? I just left where Buc-ee's was at. So this other area, remember I was saying how like stuff gets built up and it's like a big deal. It's like, ooh, this other place that has been built is this other Starbucks. And when I first moved here, it had been moved here like 4 years ago or 3 years ago, and it was not open yet, but it was like under construction, and it was a big deal. Nice freaking building. Their hours sometimes are weird, I'm not gonna lie. They have, I don't know, their hours are a little weird. Not as weird as the other one though. Okay, so there's two Starbucks. Okay, so how do I describe it? There's this freeway, right? This giant freeway, and then there's like 5 Starbucks within like this 3-mile radius. Okay, there's the Starbucks inside of a Target, and then you go on the other side of the highway, there's a Starbucks inside of the Kroger, and then on that same side of the highway where the Kroger's is at, there's a Starbucks, like a standalone Starbucks that is in a lot, and they're like attached to this sandwich shop. They have weird hours. That's the one that has weird hours. Then there is the Starbucks, same little shopping plaza on the other side of the freeway, in the same like plaza where the Target is at. There's a Starbucks standalone connected to another sandwich shop. So, and that one has drive-through. Of course, the ones that are standalone have drive-throughs. There is one though that I found that didn't have a drive-through. I don't know how I found it, but I was on the way somewhere driving, and I was like, oh, you know what? I need to stop and place a Starbucks order. And if you don't know the area, and you're like looking at the map, and you're like trying to decide what Starbucks to place your order ahead at, you just select one. You're like, oh, well, that's on my way. Well, this Starbucks wasn't one with a drive-through, so there's that. But let's stay over here. Let's stay with this new Starbucks that was built. Starbucks and car washes, they go together like peas in a pod. I was excited to be able to visit this one over here because this one is near the car wash, and I haven't like really become a fan or like a frequent visitor at this one gas station that's like, there was the new one that was built kind of close to where I live. This gas station, I'm not a frequent visitor there. I'm not a frequent flyer. I don't know why. They have the same stuff that other gas stations I go to have, but I just don't frequent it. It's called Quick Trip, and it has, there was a new one built up, but this, where I was talking about the Starbucks that was built, Starbucks and the car wash is, there's a Quick Trip over here, and it's relatively new, and I don't know, I don't know, I'm not like, not a fan of Quick Trip, I don't frequent Quick Trip very often. I'm sure if I like, that's probably going to change now that I'm saying that. I'm probably going to be like, you know what, I'm headed over to Quick Trip. I guess I kind of was, it's so close to where I live, like within walking distance of my house, and I guess I kind of was turned off that with construction, traffic and stuff, and people that work during the day, like construction, I guess I was a little turned off by the place because it was, the lunchtime, landscaping, the landscaper's lunch hour, and it's like everybody's up there, and I like can't slide out of the house after, I get up at like 7:30 and do my little like gym routine, and then like still in pajamas bumming around the house like, oh, I want to run up to the gas station. It's 10 in the morning, but lo and behold, you hop in the car to the gas station, and it's like all these people that have been like up all day. They're like, hey, oh wow, check you out. No, don't check me out. That's creepy. Don't be a creeper. guess maybe that's why I got turned off a little bit to Quick Trip. Not like I said, not like any other gas station. I don't know. I just don't frequent that place as much. What else is the Starbucks? We're almost there. So I was telling you, we drove from Buc-ee's. We're still on the far north end of the interstate, 35 east or west. Which one is this? Okay, this is weird, right? So through Dallas and Fort Worth, there's 35 east and 35 west. 35 west, of course, is the one near Fort Worth. 35 east is the part that is near Dallas. So I had to learn 35 west north, 35 west south. That's the directions you go in on that interstate. 35. So you can't just say you're on 35 when you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. You have to be specific. Is it 35 east or west? Are you north or south on 35 east? It's a tongue twister. So when I'm making references, when I'm talking about 35, I'm typically talking about 35 west. And we just came off of 35 west, the far north. I'm like north part of that freeway. And it's now the Buc-ee's is north of this Starbucks that was built on. So there's a Starbucks over here, there's a car wash, there's a hospital, there's a new Whataburger that was built not even like a year ago. Ooh, new Whataburger. And this isn't like this is kind of like one of those stretches of road that you're like, it's nice that this stuff is over here, but you really don't. This is the only reason that you have to come over here. It's weird. This is like just to come over to the gas station or to come over to the Starbucks. I don't know. This little buildup of road is just an expansion midway between there's a shopping plaza. So remember when I was telling you about the plaza up there where the candle store Bath and Body Works is at, and the Buc-ee's. So if you go you head south on 35 from there's another shopping plaza that you will come to that is the one that has the Starbucks, like the 4 Starbucks on either side of the freeway, and it's another like shopping area. So you zip from that shopping plaza up to the other shopping plaza if you're really motivated. The only thing is now you don't really have to, because if you want to zip up there just for that candle store, guess what? You don't have to. They put one in the other shopping plaza, and that is freaking like amazing. Where are we at now? We found this other Starbucks. I don't know. You know how the nice thing is? They have like full sun. Like everywhere you sit, the way this is positioned, this building, it's like full sun almost all day. There's these spots where it's like, get me out of here. It's so much sun. There's direct like facing I think it's the side facing the freeway. I can't remember though. But this is a newer one. Big fan. There's another one that is there's like 3. There's like 3 new Starbucks that were built in the last like no time. I forgot. I can't believe I almost forgot about the one that's like right by my house. So remember how I was saying that there's Starbucks that are inside of Kroger's here. So there's Starbucks inside of the Kroger's. I didn't really visit the Starbucks all the time. Don't know. Just not a like. I'm kind of like a drive-through Starbucks visitor. if that makes any sense. Where is it at? So there's this one, before it was even like built, you just knew this was gonna be like a big deal, because again, they did the commercial, like those commercial storefront buildings, brand new, started popping up, and then you're like, oh, what's gonna be over there? What's gonna be over there? And it's so how do you describe it? You know, when like something brand new pops up, but there had already been stuff like there, and everybody's happy like with what's already there, and then there's like a supermarket. I don't know. It just adds to the mix, and it's so different. So there's the Starbucks over there, and it's across the street from the high school. So like I said, you just knew this was gonna be the place. It's pretty nice because they have what's over there? I don't remember. There's the grocery store, of course, and then that place where that has the giant flagpole. Oh my gosh, this flagpole is so enormous. You can see it from like everywhere. And that's up the road from the Home Depot. The Home Depot is right on a straight shot from that new Starbucks near the grocery store, but I'm not near that one right now. I'm at the one that is, let's see, we're down the street from, what's over here? So we're kind of like situated behind, it's like a, you know how those little, like, there's like a side road that kind of cuts in between one I don't know, it's not like a, so there's a road called Riverside, and then there's these other, is it 2 roads? Oh yeah. So there's this Riverside road, and then there's this other road that kind of cuts in between. It takes you from one part of what is it, Golden Triangle, the Heritage Trace, like a little shortcut road. You know, those little, it's kind of new because I guess they had to build it because they put the new stuff over here. And let's see, we're kind of situated, I guess we're in between that one plaza, the outlet mall, and then there's another outlet mall let's see, I'm facing south. What does my phone say? My car says I'm facing south, and then we're facing the direction of where the one shopping mall is, where the Target is at, and then on the other end, you know, behind me right now, there's a little car dealership strip over here on this little patch of freaking, I don't even want to get into it, how like tore up this road is over here. So there's like apartments, there's this little car dealership thing, and then this little square of real estate also sits a church. It's like I guess, what do I want to call it, like a non-denominational Christian church, kind of large, is behind me. It's, what is it called? I don't remember what this one is called. It's like a rock or lake or park, or I don't remember what it's called. It's something, but it's right over there. And then also behind me right now is of course a newly developed Holiday Inn. It's like directly behind the car wash, and I even looked at it because I was like, I bet they are needing staff. And this was being built, and it's so awesome because where it sits at, of course, this is a, you know, kind of busy area, and you know, if you have visitors coming in, they could easily, you know, take up vacationing over there. They could easily wake up and go down to the racetrack. You know, there's breakfast at the gas station. there's like I said, we're facing in the direction of that mall thing, like the outdoor shopping mall, and that is really cool. I like that this is here. I like that they built that because it's kind of like it's close. Okay, so remember how we were driving down the road that takes you from, like, we were in Haslet, like driving down that one road. So this road, this other, at the end of that, before you get to the freeway, so like you're driving down Haslet from the, like where that one church was at and the Walmart, but you're driving, you were driving eastbound with me, and there's the church, and when you take that road, that one with the blueberries, remember I was saying that, and then you wind through and you take it down towards this way, down towards the 35 interstate, there is what's over there? I was getting ready. Oh, there's another like hotel that's over there. It's like a probably like 4-story hotel. And I don't know, whenever I'm like, you know, into looking at hospitality job openings, those are like the first places I look to. But of course, you know, the ownership sometimes on these remote sites are different. They're like, I don't know, a lot of different different people own these places, and you know, their staffing needs are different. I don't know. Sometimes you have to like really put forth something persona to be hired for a position in a certain neighborhood or area that is like where we're at, because you know they built this new stuff up. They don't want the wrong people hanging around. They want their stuff to stay nice and new, and like I said, just not the wrong people to just be lurking around. And sometimes you're the wrong person and you bring the wrong type of attention. I know that happens to me. I don't know why. I just feel like I bring attention that I don't want. Like all the freaking dramatic freaking, the boundary lines of people merge, it seems, wherever I seem to like find myself, like the boundaries of these different worlds and clashes and whatnot. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm reading a storybook. Maybe I'm living in not a reality. Where else are we going? We were going over to this Starbucks, and of course we need to land at the other end of this stretch of 35 that I think is just so freaking, I don't know, it's just a great part of this freeway in this little area I live in. So there's the 35 far north end, and then this 35 is pretty much as far south on 35 that I go, which is still further north than the accident happened a couple days ago, the ice storm accident. So we're going down towards this other end of 35, and I found that I like this part of 35 because this was one of the first car washes I found that's standalone. It's kind of near like a Chick-fil-A, and there's a Whataburger, there's a gym, there's a shortcut like back road. You know, I'm like a fan of these like shortcut roads that goes where there's this road goes between like these more hotels down towards this end of the road on one side of the freeway. On the other side of the freeway there is like restaurants, and if you're coming like northbound on 35 from like 820, you're just like, if you don't know where you're going and you're not like tuned into your GPS, it just kind of like, it goes from like freeway to like this huge expansive thing that you're just like, what direction? I want to go over there. Wait, I want to go over there. No, wait, how do I get over there? Just, the highway expands to like, I think there's got to be 8 lanes. There's so much happening in this like one stretch of freeway. I love it, but it took a little while to get used to. And especially when you live near a major like freeway, but you also live near a kind of major like state highway, and they merge really close to where you live. Oh my gosh, it was a nightmare. Like, the one exit from my house merged. Let's see, you had to go like down like 2 or 3 exits to get onto this 35. When I say down, I mean you're going like southbound towards the city, and it was a nightmare. It was like I could never figure out, like, I know that I've made it to that Home Depot before without doing this loop. How do I get there? Why can't I get there every time, like, without thinking about it? And that's the kind of thing that I ran into for so long. Every time I like went to drive, I'm like, okay, I'm buckled in. I'm gonna go find these places that I know are like right here on the map. Like, you're looking at your Google map and you're trying to figure out, okay, it's like right there, but why do I have to make this huge circle to get there? So we're talking about the Home Depot now for some reason. I found my way to the Home Depot. I don't want to say it's not my first choice hardware store, but it's not my first choice hardware store. I'm not a freaking loyal to the freaking Home Depot brand. I'm glad it's there. Whenever it was like a Home Depot, there was always a Lowe's really close by. I know Lowe's are sometimes like not out of stock. They sometimes don't have people working in them. They sometimes are just not your places that you want to go to, or like you ask somebody something and they're like doing 5 other things and you're like, can I just have your attention? Lowe's isn't always people's first choice for big box hardware stores. I know this. I'm familiar with the stigma. That's, however, the place that I was like, why isn't there a Lowe's more than... that's another story for another vlog. But this, we're headed to this Home Depot because I want to show you where this cool freaking Starbucks is at down here. So there's this stretch of freeway. Remember I was telling you how you have to like do all these weird maneuvers and turnarounds and all this crazy driving, not bad driving, just maneuvers, and kind of have to know where you're going and that sort of thing. So there's this Starbucks. It's really cool. If you know how to get here from where you live, it's straight off the freaking there's 2 ways you can get to it. You could take the freeway and stay like if you were leaving that Target, that's a whole other story. Like, you leave that Target and then you get on the freeway thing, and then you can get off over here, and yeah. But when you're in this lane, when you get off that freeway right there, oh my gosh, sometimes people are really monstrous when you have to really stay in your lane. Is all I can say. When you come off that freeway, sometimes during the week, people are freaking monsters. So I guess we can start by. So I'm gonna show you this Starbucks. So there's like a couple abandoned buildings and stuff over here. Abandoned restaurants, I should say. There's a church, and this is the road I was telling you about where all the like hotels are down here, and there's a gym, and this is again right what is it, west, or I don't know how you call this. I forgot again what direction I was headed in. This is this is south of the one plaza that I was talking about. This is south of that plaza that has the Target in it. Alright, so this little area, where was I? I was telling you about the freeway over there is like, you need to pay attention every time you like get on the, I'm not saying people don't pay attention when they drive, but you really need to like be paying attention when you drive over there, because it's scary. Like, people are I don't know, it was like the beginning of the new year or something, you know, when people are like maybe getting their new cars, or whatever time of the year people are just acting like brand new. There is that part of the freeway. I remember there's like a side road thing. You know how the roads on the side of the freeway lead you into these other businesses. So there's this part of I was on one of those sides of the road, and then like the highway traffic merges in, so you have to stay in your lane. I remember being on that like side road, and somebody had to be going 80 miles per hour in some sporty new car, because they were just like, whatever, maybe frustrated because they had to turn around, whatever the case may be. They were livid, and they buzzed by me at like, it was the side road, like 80 miles per hour, and I was just like, wow, I'm really glad I'm paying attention to where I'm at on the road and staying in my lane, because that would have been a nightmare. And that kind of stuff is always like, I totally understand the frustration. I'm not going to say I haven't been that car that just like buzzes around other cars, not like trying to go at stupid high speeds, but you know, you hear the engine revving and stuff, because you see you're just like, I'm just trying to get over here, and for some reason I got tangled up over there. I've been there. I'm with you. I hear you. I feel you. And I don't know. We just need to figure out how not to be, what are they called? Just so, not aggressive. We've been in the car for a minute, and we've got these places we're trying to go, and then we miss our exit, and then we just flake. We can't do that anymore, you guys. It's dangerous. People are already up to their freaking, filled to the brim with their like tolerance of stuff. So it's, you know, it's not going to take much for somebody to become like way out of character with something like that, with these like crazy turnarounds. And I don't mind, like I feel like when I'm driving and I'm in my lane and I'm letting you pass, I'm that kind of driver most of the time. I'm letting you pass, get around me. If you're trying to drive faster than me, you know, in this lane, I'm gonna get over, that sort of situation. But don't, what is it called, like those drivers that are just like for no reason aggressive. like I've let you over. I don't want to be around your car that's shining its bright lights in my, you know, behind me or in front of me, whatever. That sort of situation. I'm letting you take the lead, or I'm trying to get away from you. That sort of thing. You gotta like, I don't know. Not me, but another driver in that same situation, there might be like just craziness erupt from that similar situation, and I don't want to be near it. On the freeway, you know, it might just be like a couple lanes next to me, somebody being crazy on the freeway like that. I don't want to be part of that mess. So from here, let's see, we are we're really close to the Starbucks that I'm a fan of, because it's so close to this Home Depot that's over here. This Starbucks has a drive-through. It's connected to a T-Mobile, and there's a Waffle House next to it. There's a gym behind it, giant gym. There's a Whataburger, and there's a Chick-fil-A, and then there's a car wash. The only problem is you kind of have to get out onto the main road in order to get from the Starbucks to the car wash. I don't think there's any shortcut between, and they make that clear with these like the curbs and stuff they build up, because they don't want the crazies like me making the jump shot from the Starbucks through the back of the lot to the car wash. So those lots are they're right there in, plain sight. The cement almost connects, but there's the little divider thing, curb, making sure that unless you're in a freaking giant, unless you're in a truck or something, you're probably not going to try and drive over that. So I could do the whip around, like turn around and show you the freeway and go back towards the Home Depot that's over there. And I'm looking at time right now. My load of laundry, both drying and washing, and my dishes are probably done. So maybe we'll catch you guys next time for this session of telling stories about when the new Starbucks was built in your town. Won't you reply and tell me your long-winded version of the excitement and what is it called? I don't know. Just like joyriding that you participated in, visiting all the new Starbucks in your town that built. Oh, that's what we were gonna go. So now okay. We can still do this. I remembered where that one location is at. So this one has been here for a minute, and it's really close to the Home Depot on one main road. Now, if I take this road up towards, so the Home Depot is on the one side of the freeway, and then there's like a couple main roads that are north and south of each other on this section of the freeway near the Home Depot. And the one main road is like Basswood, and the other one is called Western Center. I'm going towards Basswood right now. That's north, and oh my gosh, I couldn't figure it out for like the longest. I lived really close to these two roads, Basswood and Western Center, and I got them confused on the highway and these exits. I couldn't get it right. But anyways, that's the one Starbucks. I was always like relieved that I was able to find the Starbucks. Like, okay, I made it to the one off of, what's it called? Western Center. I found the Starbucks. So now we're gonna go and visit the one that is off of Basswood. That's near, we're gonna like conclude our video update on this Starbucks that is near the grocery and there's a bank. Remember I was telling you when we were up there towards the one shopping mall, how this one is, it was like, they were like the new kids on the block, like this new real estate that had been planned out. The only thing they're missing over here, I'm telling you what, it's gonna, I don't know, there's enough land for it. They probably won't, I'm not gonna even think about it, but there's room for a car wash. But it's, I don't know, I'm not even gonna get into it. There's room for one over here. So I like, even when I'm leaving my house, I love that I was able to figure out how to come down this main piece of freeway, main part of freeway, down to this other like neighborhoody exit that has the Home Depot at it, and then down, let's see, what direction are we going in? I gotta refer west. We're going west on Basswood, and we're going towards this part of like there's shopping and stuff over here. I was so glad to be able to find this because it's like a more open road than, there's more than one way to get to point A and point B. So from where I live to this shopping plaza on one road is kind of a nightmare because it's a one-lane road, and it is, or no, one lane in each direction, and it's congested because there's like 3 neighborhoods that spill off into this road, and there's a school, and it's kind of a nightmare. as of now, it's kind of a nightmare. They're working on the nightmare. They understand it's a nightmare, and they're working on it, which is not bad. So that was the route, you know, back and forth to this grocery store that is pretty close to the house that I would have to take. I was so glad to finally figure out how to take the freeway from my house, not get tangled up off of the, how do you call it? So there's like the freeway. Remember I was telling you how the state highway thing feeds into the interstate, that little thing, like this. So there's this turnaround, and once I finally figured out how not to get jumbled up in that and get off on the right exit to come to the supermarket, oh my gosh, it was like I was so happy. I just felt like I had figured out like some crazy math equation or equivalent, you know, scientific whatever. It was just amazing. This little piece of real estate over here is pretty, I want to say it's like a year old or something. I don't know. It's not that old at all. They built a Burger King, which was pretty nice because I was like, where's a Burger King at near my house? You know, just these like little things that you're like, oh, this is cool. I got a new place and it's pretty rockin', you know, but there's still, it's like that in-between stage where, yeah, we built up like residential stuff, but we didn't compensate for the, like, you know, convenience stuff. So here we are. This is where I'm going to leave the freaking video chatter. I'm talked out, but this is the, I think, so this was the second newest Starbucks that had been built near where I live, and I was, you know, you're just like happy because there's a new Starbucks that gets built, and you're just, everybody responds. I think it's amazing. And this place has a Chipotle. There's a bank on this corner, and then on the kitty corner there is a Pack and Ship, there's a Subway, there is a Chinese restaurant, there is a donut shop, you know, just stuff that has been established there for a minute, and they've been thriving. So they've got some new across the street neighbors, and I guess like well anticipated, like waiting for these places to open up and stuff. So I think I'll go really quick back to this topic I had said. I was talking about how I couldn't find the Lowe's that was close enough to my house. I figured out that if I take this one road, like I drive past the grocery store on that one lane road that I'm like not a fan of driving down, and I drive towards the drive down the road towards the Fuel City, you know, gas station, hop on the interstate, go westbound, a few exits down, lo and behold, Lowe's sits there prominently in this, like, just, I don't know, it was just a, what's his name? What's that, Fabio, just like a Fabio Lowe's just standing there with its hair rustling in the wind on top of a hill. And of course there's a Walmart and a PetSmart and a Target over there, but Lowe's is there, and it's down, it's not that far from my house, and it's in the direction, I don't have to commute, like, you feel kind of ratty if you're going in one direction from this interstate where I live at. It just feels like a little rat game that you have to like jump on these roads, and then you got to make this turn, and it's just like this weird rat drive to this one Lowe's. But this other Lowe's, it's not, it's just a long, beautiful journey on like freeways, and you know, that's I guess what I was getting at. but there is one that is closer to my home than the other one. It's the drive. It's not like right up on behind my house, but yeah, it's there, and I'm happy that I discovered that. Again, I think I only discovered that like 6 months ago, that how close that was in relative to where I live and, like, you know, my normal commute and stuff. All right, that's it. I'm talked out. We found all the Starbucks. There's a Starbucks over there too by that one Lowe's. We found all the new Starbucks. We're excited. We're happy. And we are done vlogging for the afternoon. Oh my gosh, maybe for the month. That was a lot of talking. Peace out, you guys.